So I actually just finished up a really beautiful reading for water signs. I'm gonna go ahead and cleanse your space. Let me just do a little spray on my hands. It feels like I don't see it, like I can't see it with my eyes, but it did feel like there was suddenly a little bit of sprinkling going on. The clouds are very tumultuous, very full. The sky is pretty dark, to be honest, not too many blue spots coming through. But let me just cleanse the energy here. I've already cleansed and shuffled my decks. But like I said in the last reading, I like to cleanse the space and make sure that we are reading for the highest energies of love, light, and miracles. So go ahead and take a couple of deep cleansing breaths. Feel the chair beneath you. If you got your feet on the ground, feel your feet on the ground and come back to center. And let's get into it. So like I said, I've already gone ahead and done a reading for water signs. Let's see who's next. I feel like it's Earth. Yeah, holy shit. It's Earth sign. So you might already see from the title, this is an Earth sign reading for the weekend. And what I'm being called to do is give you a Friday card, a Saturday card, and a Sunday card, and then we'll see what to do from there. We're going to go ahead and work with the Sacred Oracle, or Sacred Forest Oracle, Truth and Freedom on the split, and I just got a crazy chill from that too. Cool. And what's also funny is, as I started noticing these drippies coming on the little overhead roof thing that I'm under, I'm also noticing an increase in spotted lanternflies. I don't know why that's significant, but it might be significant to you. So let's see for Virgos, please. Spirit guides of the highest divine light and energy of love, Ascended Masters, and of course my angels, thank you for being here, for your protection and clarity and guidance for Earth signs on Friday. Friday, as I said, Friday right away, we have expansion, Spirit Guardian of Summer. And we're actually coming to the end of summer, but that doesn't mean that the energies of summer aren't still present. And on Friday in particular, I think it is supposed to be like beautiful weather, very sunny. So, this is 37. 37 to me is personally has to do with your life path, has to do with life lessons, but also past life lessons and completions of cycles. So 3 plus 7 also adding to 10, representing some sort of completion of a cycle. On Friday, you might be shaking or getting rid of any energies that prevented you from feeling expansive or being able to grow. Okay, there's definitely a very positive, fruitful, and sweet energy coming from this Friday card. Let's see what happens on Saturday, please. Strongest energies we want to talk about on Saturday for Earth signs. That's too many, sorry. That was 38 though, so again, with the numbers happening in some sort of chronological order of progression. On Saturday, what are we moving towards, please, Spirit Guide? Strongest energies. Wow, what the fuck? That was crazy. Excuse my language again. Okay, I'm going to take both of those. Interesting, at the bottom of this deck, we have Foggy Bog. And I was quite literally appreciating an egret or a crane, I'm not really sure which one it was, that was flying over this river in this Foggy Bog area that I'm sitting in. Confirmation there, number 13 for some reason. But again, with this progressive type of energy, we have 9 and 10. 10 being new beginnings. Ooh, again with the chill. Yeah, and then we have 10, 10. So there's absolutely, I'm excited for you, Earth signs. There's a really great energy coming in, and I just hit my knee on this like support bar here, but it doesn't matter because my spine is completely like filled with chills and tingles. So on Friday, you notice or you become aware of a certain level of abundance and expansion, or an expansive energy entering your life or your field. And with this being an Earth sign reading and the new moon in Virgo upon us, but also Mercury going direct, excuse me, you might be a Virgo, or you might have Virgo heavily placed in your chart, and you might begin to feel that shift, that release of the Mercury retrograde energies, the inviting of the Jupiter and expansive energies, again with the chill, coming into your life. Okay, and what I'm getting from this little yellow bird here is you might have somebody come in and just completely make your day on Friday. And it might be an opportunity that they offer, or it might just be their words, singing your praises, giving you love, shifting you into this perspective of abundance and sweetness and harvest. So maybe you've also done a lot of work internally, or you've done some sort of work. Interesting, I'll tell you what I just saw in a second. You've done some sort of work physically, like you have a business or something, and it just takes off, or you have an idea to grow yourself or your business, or to grow relationships, and it just takes off. And it starts with somebody coming in and telling you, there's the bird. It starts with somebody coming in and singing your praises, or telling you something that is incredibly uplifting and motivating. And what I just saw is out on the river in front of me, which I'm looking at through these grasses that I just noticed are like all kinds of fucked up. Oh my God, what is with my language today? All kinds of just bent over and snapped. And I never noticed that until right now. So there must have been some really crazy wind. But what I noticed through that sort of hard to see through gaze is there are these poles in the river, which I'm assuming was some sort of dock. And right as I looked over, I saw one seagull sort of kick out and replace another on one of these poles. And they didn't fight for very long, but it was sort of like this one came in and the other one left. Okay, so that's significant or symbolic of a new beginning, and it might be a new beginning in work. It feels very significant, something about work or career, where on Friday you feel that expansive energy coming in. You get that message of motivation, of joy, of happiness, of sunshine, and you understand that you've completed some sort of cycle, and you can move on from that. And so on Saturday, similar to the water sign reading, on Saturday it's going to be a day where it feels like a lot of signs are going to be encouraged to have a moment of peacefulness, have a moment of quiet in your crystal cave, especially being an earth sign. Have a moment with your crystals to do some reflection upon whatever cycle you just completed, upon whatever message comes in that uplifts you and gives you this new sheen, this new sense of brightness. And on Saturday, a very strong feeling of trust that this new beginning is on its way. A very strong trust in your intuition, a very strong confidence in yourself. Confidence in your vibrancy, in your uniqueness, with this peacock over here in the corner. Thank you for that bird that just flew by as confirmation. So again, it feels like you might not be out in front of people, right? Because this person is hermited away. Again, with the second sort of hermit representation on Saturday, you might be sort of hermited away, and we have 10 and 9. So again, you might have to take sort of a step back to reflect in order to move, not in order to, but to move forward with your best energy. And this reflection that you're doing is helping you to build trust in yourself, and helping you to build trust in your future and in other people, is also what I understood from this. But this is an empress. This is a high priestess of some sort. And she's looking inward, or she's looking at this crystal for wisdom. But there's also like this spark of magic. There's also a sense of being guided. So maybe that's what you're trusting as well, is that your path forward, especially in these new beginnings, is guided. And there's no coincidence that I'm saying guided, and I mean spiritually guided, right? We have Daffodil Fairy here, so there's absolutely some sort of spiritual guide, angel presence that might be even what makes you aware on Friday, some sort of angelic presence or some sort of vision, some sort of visitation. Happens on Friday that's letting you know about this expansive energy, or giving you a confirmation of that expansive energy, that shift out of retrograde, right? That shift into Jupiter energies. And on Sunday, is when it's really going to become apparent to you. And this is the progression from 9 to 10. On Sunday, you might have an opportunity to put whatever you've been working on out into the world, or in front of other people, and you're going to be celebrated for it. There's going to be a lot of happy and joyous energies here, a lot of sun energies here, and I actually don't know what the weather is for Sunday, but either way, it feels like you're not going to be able to take the smile off of your face, and you're going to feel supported in knowing, because you did that reflection and you sort of went back and looked at the whole progression of this situation, how you completed whatever cycle you've completed, and it's just going to bring you this sense of inner joy and inner peace and readiness to move forward on whatever this new journey is, because you know that you're supported and you know that it's meant to be, and there's a lot of really great and beautiful energy around this new beginning as well. Interesting that what just came through is if this is a business thing for you, right? If this is a career related thing that's happening for you on Saturday, it feels like you're the first to do it. Because daffodils are often the first, they're a spring ephemeral flower. They're some of the first flowers to bloom in the spring, after the cold and, I don't want to say dead, but cold and darkness of the winter. And they're often one of the first food sources for pollinators and bees. So it feels like whatever you're doing on Sunday, or whatever this new beginning is, you might have to do with food. But you are the first to do something like it, and it's going to be extremely well received. Each one of these little peaches on this tree here, I'm reading as somebody who's singing your praises or appreciative of what you're doing. There's a sweetness there, and there's so much of it. Like, it's an end to lack. On Friday, you are aware that you are completing a cycle where there was lack, where there wasn't enough, and you're moving into this expansive energy. And on Saturday, it feels like you're meditating, you're going within, you're working with your crystals. Maybe you're realigning your chakras, doing some crystal work, or you're taking your spiritual baths, or maybe you're just getting cozy with a book, right? Staying in on Saturday. Well, hopefully not, because it's supposed to be a beautiful day. But doing that little inner work, coming to appreciation and gratitude for whatever this lesson was that you learned, and that now that you're aware, you're moving forward out of, and then welcoming in, creating space. So maybe even with this trust, you're cleaning up your cave, you're getting rid of some clutter to create space for this new beginning. And what's interesting is I was getting very strongly from this the idea of some sort of business. Oh God, a spotted lanternfly landed right on my mouth. This might actually be moving house, a new beginning in a new location. And if that's not on the radar for you right now, perhaps in the coming days of the week, you'll become aware of an opportunity where you can move or shift or grow in a different way. Why did that lanternfly land on my lips? Or was it not? And it was just my microphone. It might have just been my microphone touching my lip, because I don't see the bug anywhere. But that's very interesting. Very weird that would happen that way. Sorry for the noise. Okay, so let's move forward with maybe a crystal or two, and maybe an animal card or two to get you some words, some actual advice, and some tangible energies. That's what I like to look at these crystals as. They are allies to help us shift into and adopt a specific energy. And oh my God, labradorite has been screaming for the past 2 or 3 weeks. I'm wearing labradorite in multiple forms right now. I actually brought a labradorite, where is it? Sphere? Oh, it's in the car. No, it's right here. A labradorite sphere with me for some reason to do a little meditation in the park, I guess. But yeah, with labradorite at the bottom of the deck, there's a certain magical element here, and you're going to be able to see it, and you're going to be able to embrace it. So work with labradorite when you're sitting in your crystal cave on Saturday. Let's see, for earth signs, please, what other crystal energies will help support them in these new beginnings, this expansive energy. Yeah, and as soon as I saw it flip out, I knew what it was. and then I got a crazy chill of confirmation. Thank you, spirit guides. Support is all around you through this, and you might actually have an awareness before Friday comes that this is the energies that you're shifting into, because maybe you've seen other tarot readings, or maybe you're just an energy sensitive individual. Maybe you do astrology, you're into astrology, but you know that these energies are shifting, and you know that this is all being divinely guided and divinely led, and that you are supported in this, in ending this cycle and moving into a new beginning. I don't know what that is, but I'm going to have to scratch that off later because I don't like my cards to be dirty. But Angelite, tangibly, is an energy that you can work with to feel and know that you are supported, to connect more deeply and have clarity in the communication that you have with these divine guides. And I'm not saying you're here hearing voices and speaking out loud to the Sky Daddy or to Sky God, right? But there's a certain element, there's a dialogue, there's a certain element of dialogue here where you think a certain thing and you immediately receive a confirmation of it, and that helps you to see the magic, and that helps you to know that support is all around you, and that clarity of the message will come to you even more directly if you decide to work with Angelite or even Celestite. But I'm getting very clearly blue-green crystals. And I said this in the water sign reading. I don't know why I wanted to say Cancer reading. You might be a Cancer. Or if you have Cancer highly aspected, maybe you need to go watch the water sign reading. But turquoise is another stone that you might want to work with, because it came out a bunch in my pre-shuffle. Okay? One more crystal, please, that we can work with, especially on Saturday, to help trust that support is all around you, is what I was just interrupted and had to say here. Trust that support is all around you will be confirmed for you on Saturday, and maybe even Friday, but I'm really getting in that crystal cave, in that moment of hermiting away and finding stillness and silence. It'll be made very clear to you just how supported you are. And that's interesting that Angel, Aura Quartz, just how supported you are. The angels are here, and they want you to know. But yeah, whatever this new beginning is, it's going to allow you to get your life back into balance. So if you were focused too much on your job, or you were focused too much on family relationships, or your kids were taking too much of your time, or you were in a negative space, you were at a downward spiral just came in, maybe you hit rock bottom in some way, this is all moving on and shifting this weekend, but especially on Sunday, you're going to feel it, and you're going to be able to get back into balance and get back into who you are. And I said this this came out in the water sign reading, or maybe it was just the collective reading. Each of these layers in agate forms separately, right? It forms from a salty, briny solution of minerals and silica that's hot, and that comes in as the rock is forming, washes over it, forms a layer, washes out. And so whatever these colors are, these beautiful array of colors, are different impurities and different minerals within that salty, briny solution. And what I said in that last reading is that each of these layers is a lesson. And so it feels very much like you complete this lesson with the 10 here. You're able to reflect for a little bit on Saturday and Sunday, or on Saturday, to appreciate the lesson, to fully learn and integrate it, to trust that what you're moving towards is going to bring balance back into your life. And on Sunday, you'll definitely feel that strength and that balance there. And again, I said blue crystals, and this is, I think it might be dyed blue, but it doesn't matter. There's a certain sense of peace and calmness and serenity that comes from bringing balance back in, having joy, and looking forward to this new beginning that's coming for you. Wow, so beautiful, earth signs. I'm very excited. I mean, I am an earth sign myself, and I can certainly attest to feeling these energies coming in, but I'm excited for you. Whoever's seeing this reading, this is for, and you feel like this is for you, it resonates, this is for you. And there's some really beautiful stuff coming in. Okay, I don't usually shuffle those cards that way, so that's funny. You might be doing something different, or trying a new way of doing things that you don't normally do. Let's just get one. This is a beautiful message, beautiful energy. I really hope if it resonates with you that it really does come to pass for you. And I feel like it will, because just astrologically, but also what my guides have been showing me, it's just confirmations out the wazoo. So the numbers 1010 might be significant for you. You might want to look that up. The angel number. And I've been seeing that a lot actually as well. I didn't ask yet, but thank you for flipping, whatever that was. Some advice. Did anything else flip? No. Some advice from, holy shit, wow, the angels and the spirit guides and the ascended masters are here and they are showing out. I take reversals in this deck as emphasis. You are never alone. So on Saturday, but this is just in general, on Saturday it might be very apparent to you. You might feel very strongly, but over the whole weekend in particular, but on Saturday, or I'm sorry, in the whole weekend in general, I'm getting excited. The whole weekend in general, but on Saturday in particular, you might have all kinds of signs. People might actually start showing up in your life that you aren't expecting, to give you support and to know and to make you know and to make you feel that you are never alone, despite what you might have felt during this past cycle, despite what you might have felt during the past couple years or months or weeks even, right? There's going to be all kinds of obvious signs, synchronicities, and maybe even actions, right? Messages, people reaching out to show you that you are never alone and that support is all around you. And that's going to uplift you and it's going to propel you and allow you to move forward into these new beginnings with balance, but with joy and with excitement and with looking forward to the future. Okay, so maybe you haven't been looking forward to the future, and I don't know why suddenly I'm being called to repeat this thing that I heard about, if you aren't excited for the future, or you're scared, you're anxious about what might happen, try to replace that with just being curious. Okay, nothing colored over top of that curiosity, just curiosity. Because that's the best way that you can sort of surrender and invite the best things for you, is by, instead of, having maybe a little tinge of negativity and anxiety or anxiousness around what could happen or what might be, instead just be curious to see what happens. Be curious and excited and appreciative to get to experience what might happen. Because that also is a very expansive growth mindset, because it invites so many more opportunities in, rather than if you had, said, I expect this to happen this way and I expect this to happen this way. So I'm being called to end your message there, but what's really funny, Dos Equis, right? 1010, and this is wow, that's the second time I've heard that this week. I heard it in another reading from one of my favorite readers earlier this week, Dos Equis. But what I'm being called to sort of end your message with is live curiously, my friends. Okay? The most interesting man in the world. It's those commercials that I'm quoting. Yeah, Earth signs, get it. This is some really exciting and wonderful energy coming in for you. If you have Angelite, I encourage you to work with it. If you have Agate, I encourage you to work with that as well, to find balance, to bring that joy in, and to know and trust that you are never alone in anything that you're doing, but especially in this new beginning and this expansive energy coming towards you. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you liked this message. If you did, please consider giving it a thumbs up, commenting below, sharing it with somebody who might also resonate with this or be feeling these energies. And if you haven't already and you're watching this on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. This is where we part. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. It looks like you're about to, and take care.